Day 30, Min Beneath the Trees. Today you can hear the cockatoos flying in the background. Chapter 17, Lost in a Swamp. Eco 3, Early Hours. We've got to find Ottlin somewhere to land urgently. Luster, could you switch on your illumination so we can guide Ottlin to a safe place? Min shouted. I'm low on energy, Luster replied. Her light was dim. Here, Min said, scrabbling in the bag she carried over her shoulder. She found a native guava chew and, fumbling in the dark, located Luster's hand. Eat this. It'll give you a quick burst of energy. Luster swirled the small nugget around in her mouth. Amazing! I've never tasted anything like it. Her light intensified. How happy Barklin would be to think of his food doing such vital work, Min thought. Is this a swamp? Fitlin queried. Radian smelled the air. It's pretty cool and dank. It reminds me of something, not sure what, but I'd say there's a lot of rotting vegetation below us. Do you remember, Radian, when we had a flood and the waters receded? It left a similar smell, Luster reminded him. Her blue light beamed across the top of Ottlin's head. Right in front of them, a ghostly tree rose out of the blackness at right angles to the trunk. A straight branch disappeared into the dark. Ottlin, land there, Min instructed. Good advice, Flutter said. Min wondered if she'd come up with the idea or her wings had advised her. It was all happening so fast she couldn't work it out. The branch was wide and sturdy. Ottlin thumped onto it and staggered towards the trunk, propping himself up with one wing, while the other hung limply down. I've been burnt a little. Also, this wing hit a branch or two. I'm used to flying in the eco-dark, but not at that speed, he said wearily, looking down on the sad spectacle of his wing drooping over the branch. While Luster illuminated his wing, Min and Fitlin set to work to find the singed feathers, leading to small burns at the base of each shaft. They applied minute dabs of macularan to each. How does that feel, Ottlin? Miraculous! Now that the sting is reduced, I'll sleep. We're lost. Let's worry about finding our way in the state of this wing after we're rested. I'm deeply tired. He managed a weary chortle. I've never flown like that before. That was quite something. Even through his fatigue, he sounded delighted with himself. In a moment, he was gently snoring, his head resting on his chest. We should do the same, although I'm reluctant to even mention food, not after the last 2 times, Fitlin laughed. Min sat down. Her legs were weak with fatigue. She slumped against one of Ottlin's claws. That was quite an introduction to the fearsome, and I suppose our intuition, don't you think, she asked, really wanting to know if Radian felt the same. I can't quite work it out yet either, Radian answered. It's happening super fast. Right now, I haven't got the energy left to think it through. Best we eat and rest then, Min said, yawning. They were all soon asleep, nestled between Ottlin's claws. Fitlin woke first. Thin shafts of daylight pierced the branches and glinted on the on a still dark surface below the tree. Trails of bubbles oozed through the slime into tiny patches of sunlight dotted on the swamp's muddy surface. He told Min he wanted to talk to the ancestors as soon as he woke to ask for their help to find their way back safely. He flew up through the whitish branches to the top of the tree. The leaves were light grey and furry. The canopy undulated towards the horizon in every direction. The sky was pale and streaked with smoke. He sat motionless as he meditated. When he opened his eyes, a small grey lumen with a mop of red hair sat opposite, staring at him. Greetings, and fair Eco 3 to you. I'm named Fen, a ghostwood lumen, and you're green, so I'm curious to know where you're from. I'm named Fitlin, a Figus lumen. We live at 3 Melon Street, Mirrenlit, Fitlin said. We're on a mission, and I believe we're lost. We? Fen lifted an eyebrow. There are more of you? Fitlin nodded. If you come with me, I'll introduce you. Fen stood up. Lead the way, Fitlin. Ah, Meg Owl, Fen gasped as they reached the branch where Otlin and his crew rested. Remarkable! We rarely see these great creatures in our forests. Min called out as she saw Fitlin, "Am I glad to see you safely back? I spoke to the ancestors. They told me help was close at hand. And here is Fen." Introductions made, Fen stood back and reviewed his visitors. "Otlin, I'm honoured to be in your presence. The wisdom and courage of the Meg Owls fills our lore with stories. Our Glins and Nings would very much like to see you in the feather, so to speak. And you emit such an appealing blue light luster. It reminds me of twilight. We have an illuminator in our clan too, who you might meet. Fitlin, you've explained why you're such a cool green. I apologize for interrupting you in conversation with your ancestors." Bowing to each, Fen turned his gaze to Min, then Radio. "Fitlin tells me you're intuitors. I've never met one. Now I'm fortunate to meet two. I confess, I'm a little in awe." He put both hands outwards and upwards in a gesture of open greeting. Fen intrigued Min. He was small and almost transparent. She was curious at how unfazed he was in meeting them, and how confident he was in his greetings, just like the Balatia Nings. Remembering her reaction to Otlin's arrival, she wondered how she might have responded to a clutch of different clan lumens arriving in their mountain gum. Do country lumens develop differently to city lumens? I must learn more about these things when I get home safely, she decided. Encouraging. "You're clearly not so sure anymore that you won't get home," Flick said. "I do seem to be changing my opinions fast. Does that mean I'm superficial?" Flutter almost giggled. "We're just learning, Min. And I'll see you beneath the trees tomorrow."